Hi, welcome back to another knitting machine video. I am using my 40 pin needle today, the Central 40 pin, to show you how to cast on to a knitting machine. You would use the same method with any machine. This is the way I like to do it. I'm sure there are other ways, meaning on how you started, in which pin you started, or what have you. I like to start here. This is my first pin. The black pin is always number 1 and you get the numbers here. You will see them numbered here. This is the 40th pin. So 1, you go around to 40. So I always like to start with my black needle to the left of my yarn, where the yarn goes, to the left of that, and then that's where I like to cast on. So I like to leave a long tail, and I grab onto my black needle like so, let it go, and then I'm gonna crank with my cranker here. And all I want to do is, this one is behind, so the next will be in front, behind, front, behind, front, behind, front, behind. And my counter is marking 1 row, right? And that is because I started to the left of my machine here. Some people like to make sure that they counter starts at 1 once you go around completely, but I just do it this way. I don't know why. I mean, once you get a hang of it, you decide which way is best for you. So you just want to keep doing this front back all the way around. Slowly, so you don't mess up. And once you get to the last pin, you're going to see that it's going to be to the front of it, and that's what you want. So I'm going to move it all the way over here, and once it's there, I'm going to set my yarn on this piece here, and it's still marking 1 because I haven't passed my black needle yet. Once the black needle goes to the right of here, it's going to mark 2, and that's what I want. I want to know that I am working on my first row, and I am going to move on to my second row. So that is how I do it. Now once you have gone all the way around with your first round of casting on, all you're going to do is just make sure you hold on to your yarn for a little tension. This is your tensioner here, and you just want to hold on to it to give it a little bit of tension, not too much. So you want to be consistent with your tension, so that your work looks consistent. I hope that makes sense. So your work looks the same as you go. You don't want it to look stretched out in some parts and not stretched out in other parts, if that makes sense. Now I'm going to show you the front of my machine now. So here's the front of my machine. So you can see, there goes my row counter. And if I crank, I'm going to crank, you're going to see that it's going to move to 2. Once I'm past, my black needle goes to the right of the machine. And then the first few rows, this will be my second, so the first like 3-4 rows, you want to go slow as you crank, so that the yarn hooks on to this part of your needle. As you can see, you want it to hook right under there. So you want to go slow. So you can see it's hooking right underneath. I'm not giving it tension because I'm holding the phone with my left hand, so I cannot hold on to the yarn, but I just wanted to show you that you want to go slow. And here I am right back to the beginning. My row counts are still showing 2, and once I move, you see that it turned to 3. So that is basically how you cast on, and you just have to keep cranking until you have the desired length that you need for your project. And always making sure that your yarn is not knotted and your tension stays the same. You just keep on holding on to it. Now these machines, they don't come with the, I forgot what they're called, but like the clamps to make sure that it doesn't move around. So my advice to anyone who wants to buy one of these machines, these things don't work at all. These little grippy things, but a lot of people just put Velcro. They Velcro it to their tables so it doesn't move. I don't want to do that to my table. This is my craft table. This is where I do my work at. This is my work table, so I can't do that here. My machines are just for pleasure. I do sell some of the stuff that I make, but this is not my main hustle. My main hustle is something else. If you want to check out what I sell, you can check my Etsy link down below. But otherwise, you can do that. You can or you just have to simply take your yarn. What I do is I take it around my fingers like this, and I just hold on to my machine here with my left hand, and then I just crank with my right, and that just gives me, oops, the yarn is, see, the yarn is raveled. It was tangled up over there. So you just gotta make sure that you can either hold it like that, like I'm holding it, or you can put it in between, in your middle finger like that, or however you feel comfortable, just so you can, and don't hold it too tight because you want to make sure that it goes around your machine. And it's just because my yarn is raveled. I hope that's the right word, but it's tangled up. So that's why I'm having a hard time right now. But just gotta make sure that you pull on your yarn, get a nice length flowing before you continue on. And so that's basically how you cast on. Anyway guys, thank you so much. This was to answer someone's question on my video from yesterday on how I added the yarn. So there you go. I hope that was helpful, and if it was, please give us a thumbs up. It really helps. And if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. I am back. I will be doing more videos in the near future. This is a crochet channel, but crocheting has taken a hiatus because my hands don't work like they used to, and crocheting just is not good for my hands. So that's why I invested on these machines, because I love the craft. Anyway, thank you so much, and I will talk to you guys soon.